Hello and welcome to the 2014 Santa Clarita City Council Candidates Forum.
My name is Marsha McLean, and I am currently Mayor Pro Tem, and I look forward to serving as your mayor in December. I am running for re-election to the City Council because I am concerned about the same things you are: growth in traffic, preserving open space, education, public safety, and conserving our water supply. It's easy to identify the issues. We all know what they are. What is needed is someone with the experience to deal with them effectively and bring positive results. I have been a community activist in Santa Clarita for over 30 years, and since elected, I have been your full-time councilwoman, available every day, answering your emails, addressing your concerns, and I continue to provide positive solutions. I represent equally Canyon Country, Newhall, Saugus, and Valencia. We can't allow older established neighborhoods and businesses to decline. I believe in open, transparent government, answerable to the citizens, and based on true and factual information. I have never backed down from a fight to save our taxpayers' money, and I will continue to bring positive new ideas to keep our city moving forward and provide the quality of life we all deserve. I continue to fight strongly against unfair fees and taxes and to save taxpayers' money. There is still much to be done, and I ask for your vote on April 8th. Please count down on the ballot to 3 and vote for me, Marsha McLean. Please visit my website, reelectmarshamclean.com, and you can call me anytime. I'm in the phone book. Thank you.
Do you think we should change anything about the structure of our current form of government? For example, the number of seats on city council, having an elected mayor, or moving to districts?
Marsha McLean.
Okay. I do not believe that we should change our structure to go to districts. I think that right now you have 5 people that represent the entire city. I think going to districts would create a problem with infighting. I believe that an elected mayor would be up to the people at some point. Our forefathers set up our system because they felt that the system that we have now would work the best. It's working extremely well, and so I don't see any reason to change that at this particular point in time. I know that when I am mayor, I have no more ability to reach out to other people than I have now because of my long time reputation dealing with all levels of government. I am extremely resourceful and effective, whether I'm mayor or whether I'm a council member.
The city is looking at a billboard proposal from Metro. What do you think the city should do about this?
Right. By the time this airs, the situation may have already come before the city council. And when there's a controversial issue, it is our job to take a look at both sides of the issues. Our city is not going to let any small business suffer. There will be talk about, if we take down those signs to beautify the city, how do we help the smaller businesses and the local businesses that advertise? And that will be part of the discussion. You have to look at the pros and the cons of something and decide what benefits the entire community. I'm a really tough negotiator, and I do not allow our small businesses and our residents to suffer on any issue. It has to be to the benefit of the entire community, and we will be looking at that very, very closely.
Do you think the Santa Clarita Valley's emergency winter shelter should be available and open year-round to serve the population? And if so, where should that shelter be located?
You bet. They recently did change their name to Bridge to Home, and that tells you what they're all about. They don't want to just accommodate homeless people who are homeless because they're homeless. People who have lost their jobs, have no place to stay, where are they going to go? Families who also are in that position where the jobs have been lost, they need to be accommodated. There are extremely strict rules at the homeless shelter and surrounding the homeless shelter so that you don't have people hanging around. They do provide dental, and I am extremely aware of the homeless shelter. I've been there many, many times. and I support the programs. And I believe that we do need to have a place for those people who are looking to better their lives. And if it is year-round, I don't see a problem with that.
What do you think is the proper role for a city council member in terms of managing staff?
Yes, we at City Hall do have a very strict protocol, and City Council does not get involved in the day-to-day operations of managing staff. That is up to the city manager. It is up to the City Council to make sure that we have a city manager that does make sure that our staff is doing the best they can. We have a fantastic staff. We have wonderful rapport, and we have respect for our staff, and that's extremely important. Our staff needs to know that we respect their work and we rely on their work to make sure that we get the correct knowledge on projects that come to us. Objectively, both sides. The current council does not get involved in the day-to-day operations, and that's exactly the way it should be.
The city of Santa Clarita has successfully had well over 20 annexations. At times, the annexations are revenue neutral, meaning they don't cost the city anything. Other times, the annexations bring money to us as a result of increased sales tax, and there are times we'd actually lose money. Would you vote yes or no to annex Stevenson Ranch, West Ranch into the city of Santa Clarita?
The City Council did set a policy a few years back to make sure that any annexation is revenue neutral so that it does not cost our residents any money. Regarding Stevenson Ranch, we should be one city. We would have a much larger voice if we were a one city. Unfortunately, because of the taxes that the county receives right now, the county government is a little bit reluctant to let us, a lot reluctant, to let us have that as an annexation. It is up to any neighborhood who wishes to annex to go through the process to make sure they get the consensus among their neighborhood and then ask to come into the city. We do not go out and solicit neighborhoods to annex into the city. It's that neighborhood's will of what they want to do. We have had many annexations because people understand that the services in the city are really, really good and they can save money. Thank you.
In order to encourage economic growth, the city regularly supports businesses with either tax incentives or subsidies to bring more jobs to Santa Clarita. If elected, what types of these incentives or subsidies would you propose?
We have a very aggressive economic growth program right now in order to give businesses incentives. And there are many ways to do it rather than giving subsidies. You provide benefits to come into our city. Number one, we have no business license fees, and as long as I'm on the city council, we will not. We do not charge utility fees. There are many other fees that we do not charge. And we have a really great program in place, and I would encourage everyone to go to santa-clarita.com, take a look at the incentives that we do provide for businesses. We've had some major businesses locate within the city, providing hundreds upon hundreds of jobs because of the incentives and the benefits that we provide to businesses who want to settle out here. Besides being a wonderful community to settle in for families, we have lots of incentives for businesses, and they do take advantage of it.
Is it appropriate for the city to use its public tax dollars to support services the county is responsible for funding? Can you provide an example of when that might be appropriate?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, please?
Do you think it is appropriate for the city to use its public tax dollars to support or augment services the county is responsible for funding? And can you provide an example of when that might be appropriate?
That's one that is kind of a catch here, because I'm not aware of what county facilities or whatever the city might be subsidizing or using city money in order to pay for county services. We partner with the county an awful lot, and I think that's extremely important. I guess one instance can be the senior center. The city gives funds, and so does the county, and it's about 50% of all of their monies. The other 50% is through their nonprofit organization, which I totally 100% support. Because, and I've chaired committees in order to raise money for the nonprofit portion. If that's what you're getting at, then we don't pay more than the county. We share with the county in order to be able to bring the services that our residents need. Some are county, some are city, and we always partner with the county in order to make sure that our residents receive the best representation they can.